So I wanted to introduce myself and my associates over here. So my name is Patrick. Right to my left is Brad. And walking around is the lovely Jennifer. We're going to be going through Move to Lose. Now what I'm going to have everybody do first is I'm going to actually have everybody stand on up. Big smiles on your faces, big smiles on your faces. Take a deep breath in. Slow release out. And then what I'm actually going to have the two sides go ahead and have a seat. This side over here, go ahead and have a seat. This side over here, go ahead and have a seat. And then I'm going to have this section from you back there. I'm going to have all you guys have a seat. What is he doing? I don't know what is he actually doing. Starting right here along this line, I'm going to have everybody have a seat. Right there. Now, why did I do that? Why did I do that? No, stop. So according to the Center of Disease Control, 34% of Americans do not meet the physical activity guidelines. And everybody else can have a seat. I wanted to sort of, you guys get a picture of what that actual statistic looks like. 34% of Americans do not meet the physical activity guidelines. And what are the physical activity guidelines? So for a lot of us that don't know, the physical activity guidelines are 2.5 hours of moderate intensity aerobic activity. That's brisk walking. That's just walking. And then 2 days a week of hitting major muscle groups. 34% of Americans aren't getting that. So a little bit about our background. Myself, I went to school. I got my bachelor's in kinesiology at Eastern Illinois University. And one of my passions was to get people motivated, to get people understanding how to become physically active. It's not about working out at a gym. It's not about running outside every single day. It's just about being physically active. Just like that was saying, that brisk walking, that moderate activity. So we're going to go through today and sort of see what that's all about.
Okay. I'm going to start out today by talking about what is physical fitness, okay? And let's go to the next slide here. This is Mr. Thomas Kierkegaard, okay? And he talks about physical fitness, okay? And he talks about three things, okay? The measurement and ratings of physical fitness fall into three. Three covering physique, organic efficiency, and motor fitness, okay? And then up top, from the medical dictionary, it also goes over three things, okay? Three objectives. A good diet, regular physical exercise, and other practices that promote good health, okay? So three things. It takes three things to improve your health. Not just one, but three, okay? And when you start thinking about, well, how should I improve my health, or where should I start? Here are some goals that you could start out by. Do you want to improve your upper body strength, okay? Lower body strength. Do you want to decrease anything health-related, lower blood pressure, okay? Functional, okay? Do you move around each day with some aches and pains? You want to minimize those, okay? And maybe you're in a sport, okay? Or you're athletic, and you want to improve your strength and speed on the playing field, okay? Again, three objectives, okay, to improve your health. Exercise, nutrition, and mental stimulation, okay? True wealth is in good health, okay? Exercise, nutrition, mental stimulation, okay? All right. Posture is always overlooked, okay? Three key aspects of posture we have. Alignment, proportion, and symmetry, okay? If we look at the top evolution of man photo, we see that man in the middle has great posture, looks very strong. All of a sudden, at the end, he's not watching his nutrition. Okay, that was one aspect of our health. Okay, his alignment looks pretty good. Posture looks okay. All right, but okay, he didn't watch what he ate. Now, if you look down here, evolution of man. Okay, at the end, looks pretty fit, right? Sitting there, but his posture is very poor. So when he goes and exercises, his increase of injury is way high, okay? So we need to make sure we're watching our nutrition, and make sure we're twice a week, okay, working our major muscle groups, okay, to keep good alignment and posture. Okay, what is functional fitness, okay? It's train the body to work as one through daily activities, okay? I know some of us might have some aches and pains throughout the day. Functional fitness is a great key aspect to decrease those aches and pains, okay? Training the body to work as one, not as separate muscle groups, okay? All right, and if you look at posture here again, we have two common positions, okay? Most of us are sitting throughout the day, okay? And most of us have picked up something throughout the day as well, okay? You see the wrong way here, bending at the torso, okay? Going to put a lot of resistance on the lower back, a lot of pressure there, okay? Which then will increase injury to the lower back. Right way, bending at the knees, okay? Chest up, reaching for our object, okay? Over here, sitting at our desk, okay? Most of us sit that way. Or at the start, we sit nice and tall, right? But then after a while, we get into our work and we start slouching just like that picture. So a quick tip for you, okay? Sit on the very edge of your seat, okay? This is gonna force you to sit upright. If you're sitting back here, probably 20, 30 minutes later, we're gonna be slouching just like this. And then we're leaning forward, and then you see that position right there, okay? So quick tips on the edge of your seat, okay? It's gonna force you to strengthen the muscles of your spine and practice good posture, okay? All right, a couple risks for you, okay? If we are not moving our body and watching our posture, okay? You've probably heard these before: high cholesterol, stroke, bone and joint problems, okay? Sleep apnea, heart attack, diabetes. We've all heard of those, okay? So Pat's going to talk to you about how we can reduce those symptoms.
All right, move to lose, you choose. Now, why is it you choose underlined? You choose, well, that's really the key there. It's the choice that we make. So everything that we do every single day is a choice. I'm going to get fast food rather than make my dinner. I'm going to go to the gym rather than sit at home. That's a choice that we're making. So that being physically active truly is your choice. Nobody else can motivate you. Nobody else can sit here. You guys know what's good for you. You guys know what the health benefits are of exercise and being physically active. But it's our choices that really get us to become physically active, that really get us to make that next step and live a physically active life. So what are some of those choices that we make? Lifestyle changes. Lifestyle changes as to, again, making sure that we're going to make our dinner rather than go stop at Wendy's to have that cheeseburger, double stack, triple stack, whatever they have over there now, which is crazy to me. Assess your current physical education. Do I know enough about this to be physically active? And balanced nutrition, of course that's one of the things. You hear it all the time, balanced nutrition. And it is an emotional commitment. It absolutely is an emotional commitment. It can't just be, oh, I gotta go work out today. No, have fun with it. Do something that you love to do. It doesn't have to be go and lift weights. If I love walking my dog and I love my dog, go walk your dog. That's physical activity. But you have to make that emotional commitment to that. So a couple things we're gonna do is measuring our heart rates. I saw a couple people out in the audience as we gave those handouts, you were finding your heart rates, and that's actually what we're gonna be doing in a little bit. So exercise heart rate. I wanna give you a couple definitions before we start finding our actual heart rate and getting a little bit more involved. So our exercise heart rate is how fast our heart beats per minute. Our resting heart rate is at rest. The best time to take your resting heart rate is right when you wake up in the morning and you're laying in bed and reach up. Oh yeah, that feels nice. I don't have to get out of bed for another 60 seconds because I'm going to take my resting heart rate. Get to hit that snooze one last time. So it's measuring that exercise heart rate and then measuring your resting heart rate and seeing where we should be at. And why do we do this? Well, measuring your cardiac pulse, I want you all to work with me on this one. So we're going to take our pointer finger and middle finger. We're going to find that carotid artery real gently. I want you to find that carotid artery and feel for your pulse. Now I'm actually going to have you take a number, and I want you to think this number in your head. So go ahead and start counting right now. And stop. Now, in order to get your beats per minute, you just add a 0 onto that number. Now, how long did I do that? I timed you for 6 seconds. Why do I have a 0 on there? Because 6 goes into 1 minute 10 times. I know, it's math. So we're just trying to take our resting heart rate right now. We're just trying to take our beats per minute. Now our beats per minute, when we're working out, again, I'm working out, I'm on the cardio machine, I jump off for 1 second, I take my heart rate, and that's where my heart rate's at, my exercise heart rate's at. Now, why is that important? Because if we're looking for our max heart rate, our maximum heart rate is 220 minus your age. This gives us a starting point. So if I'm 55 years old, my max heart rate is going to be 165 beats per minute. That's where my heart rate should never go above if I'm working out. I never want that to go above because then I put myself at risk. Now let's say I want to work out at 65% of my max heart rate. Well, I'm just taking 165 times 0.65, and I'm at 107. So as I'm working out, every time I jump off that cardio equipment, I'm going to take my heart rate. And if I'm at 107, I'm right there. I'm where I should be. And why am I going at 65%? Because that's where our fat burning is. If that is one of the goals, that is where we should be. If all of a sudden I'm working out and I'm working out like a crazy madman and I get up into the 80 percentile, well, we're no longer getting the benefits of that fat burning. So if our true goal is fat burning and not cardio, then we want to make sure that we're doing it the right way. We want to have the knowledge to know that we are in the right heart rate zone. So again, I want to go back to this. 220 minus your age gives us your max heart rate. Now, depending on your fitness goals, if your fitness goals are cardio, if you're trying to build your cardio endurance, absolutely. This is the area you want to be in. This is the heart rate zone you want to be in. But if it is fat burning, you got to take a look at it. I mean, you see these people all the time. They're going at the gym, and their heart rate is jacked up, and they're like, what is your goal? I am trying to burn fat. That's where it goes back to educate. Learning to be physically educated and knowing your numbers. So it's all about you. It's all about you guys. Like I said, you choose. It's all about how you feel. If I'm looking up at this screen and I'm on the cardio and I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, that feels really good, and I feel like I'm yawning, well, okay, let's take it up a little bit. But if I take my heart rate and I'm yawning and I take my heart rate and I'm at that 65%, stay right there. You're feeling great. But if all of a sudden I'm down here and I'm like, I absolutely cannot stop. I absolutely cannot go anymore. I feel like I'm beaten up. I feel like I'm bruised. I hate this. Stop. Listen to your body. Because nobody wants to leave the gym like they can't do it. You want to leave the gym feeling great. Look at this guy. This guy's feeling great. He's got his thumbs up. He's working. I'm loving it. That's how you want to leave the gym, because that's what's motivating. Okay, so you want to make sure that when we are at the gym or we are being physically active, we're out there walking our dog, we're doing it in a spot right between that 5 and 6 where I got my both thumbs up, I'm feeling great, this is what I want to do. Tomorrow I'm going to hit it again right in that same target area. Because that's what's going to get me to do it every single day. If I feel good about it and I love what I'm doing, I'm going to hit doing it every single day. Because that's what it takes to be physically active. Not exercise, physically active. All right?
Okay, I see in the crowd here, I have some individuals in my classes here at Argonne, and I always talk about breathing. Like, breathe, 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 breathe. And some of the clients here, they probably hate me for it, because I'm saying it every 2 to 3 minutes for these 50-minute class. But it's very important that we breathe during exercise.
Is your mic on?
And that we correctly breathe.
Is your mic on? Can you guys hear him?
So?
There you go.
There we go. Okay. So it's very important that we breathe, especially sitting right here correctly, okay, and we breathe correctly during exercise, okay? So I'm going to show you just a quick tip, a quick breathing exercise here. It's called the 4-7-8, okay? So we're going to do this together, and I'll describe it, then we'll do it. So I want you to sit tall, work on our posture, okay, like we talked about already.
Right on the edge of that seat.
Okay? When I say so, we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds through our nose. Okay? When we breathe in, we want our belly to rise. Okay? We're going to hold that breath for 7 seconds. And then blow out through our mouth for 8 seconds. Okay? Our belly then should go down. Okay? Ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. There we go.
A little more energy.
Do you feel any difference? Anybody feeling different from that? Maybe our shoulders relaxed. Maybe some feel a little bit lightheaded. If some do feel that, you weren't breathing correctly to begin with. You weren't getting as much oxygen in your body as you possibly could. Okay, so always remember, through the nose, let the belly rise. Okay, out through the mouth. Okay, let the belly go down. Okay? Correct breathing can enhance exercise and make you feel a lot better during exercise as well.
And that just helps with our posture. So if you guys all noticed when you guys were doing that, you guys all started, the entire room did it. We sat up nice and tall. We sat on the edge of our chair, and we were sitting up nice and tall. We took that deep breath in and slow release, and then all of a sudden it got a little bit easier to sit up tall. That's what we're going to be focusing on, because we're in a society where we're sitting down all the time. We're sitting at our jobs. We're sitting in the car. We go home. We're sitting on the couch. We want to start doing what's best for our body. So yeah, I'm not saying, you have to be standing up the entire day. No, sit, have a seat. But do it in a way where we're keeping that posture. Our body is meant to be erect. Our body is meant to be tall. The best thing that you can do for your body is to stand up. So throughout the day, as I'm working on my computer and as I'm at work and I'm hunched over, just take 2 seconds to stand up and then get back to work. That's the best thing that you could have done for your body throughout the entire day. Is that something that's hard to do during the day? No, it takes 2 seconds. And if we add in that 4-7-5 or 4-7-8, now all of a sudden we're feeling a little bit better. We got a flow of oxygen through our body. We got resurgence of energy. So why is posture so very important? It's your framework. It is the start of where our body should be. It's the alignment of our body. It is the framework for everything. It's the basis of all movement. When I'm working out and I'm moving and I'm walking, I'm not going to be walking around like this. If I'm walking my dog, I'm not walking my dog like this. I want to be nice and tall. Move with a purpose. Walk with a purpose. If I'm out for an evening stroll, again, and I want to be looking up at the stars, can I look up at the stars when I'm like this? No. Everything's a little bit more beautiful up here. We're able to see a little bit more every day. So I want you to start thinking about the framework of our body, the basis of all movement, and it starts with your posture. It starts with standing tall. So one of the things, an activity that I like to show everybody is how do we check our posture? What do we do? Bradley, can I have you up against the wall over here? I'm gonna go through a posture check. And this is something we can do every single day. The first step is I'm actually going to have his palms right up against, palms out, shoulder blades down, right up against the wall, and he's going to check to see, is my spine, am I touching the wall? Is my spine right along that wall? If it is, great. If it's not, then I'm going to try to pull those shoulder blades back. I'm going to try to start working on those muscles to put my body back in line. And this is something real easy for us to be able to do, and it takes 2 seconds. So actually, I'm going to have everybody stand up real quick. And even though you don't have a wall right next to you, we can simulate this. So I'm going to have my palms right down by my side, right by my pockets. And all I'm going to do is pull my shoulder blades back. And then relax. And then have a seat. Easy. Easy. Something we could do just in 2 minutes, all right? And then the last one we're doing is a chair squat. So again, this is just ways to be getting increasing physical activity throughout your day. It's just a chair squat. Now I'm not going to actually have you guys do this because I know as soon as you guys stand up, your chairs fold back, and when you go to sit back down, I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to demonstrate this one. But as Brad was saying before, I'm sitting right at the edge of my chair. I'm standing nice and tall. I got great posture. I want to stay nice and tall. And then as I stand up, I'm coming up, keeping my weight on my heels. And then as I sit back down, again, my weight is on my heels. I'm sitting my butt back, and I'm having a seat. That right there, one of the best things that you could have done for your body. You're lengthening everything. I'm getting into that good body posture, that basis of movement. All right? Is that something we can do throughout the day? Gives us a good excuse to stand up, take a mental break from that report that we had due. It's just that mental break, and it's better for our body. Okay?
All right, get serious and grip it. Okay? Use your hands constantly throughout the day. Okay? If our hands aren't strong, it's going to increase injury to the rest of our upper body. Okay? Throughout our life, we probably have maybe some shoulder injuries, upper body injuries, something like that, okay? That is increased because, and happened because our hands are not strong enough, okay? When you grab something pretty heavy, if your hand is not strong enough to bring it or hold it, okay, the upper body is going to have to work 10 times harder, okay? And if the shoulder and upper body has to work for your grip or your hand, okay, then that's when injury occurs, okay? So I'm going to have one easy exercise to increase this, okay? So we have our newspaper there, okay? I want you to put one newspaper in each hand, okay? Should have 2 of them. If not, just have one. Just put one in each hand or tear it. Put the newspaper in a hand there, okay? Have your arm all the way down by your side, okay? All the way down by your side. And start to crumble the newspaper up, okay? You should feel all the muscles in your hand, forearm, biceps, and triceps, and shoulder, okay, working there, okay? Now, if we're holding it up here and gripping, okay, we're not doing the same exercise, okay? We're just working the muscles of the forearm and hand. We're missing all up here of the shoulder and shoulder girdle. So when you do that exercise, have your arm down by your side, okay? And 1 might be easy, 2 might be easy, okay? I know a gentleman that can do 11 newspapers and crumble them up, okay? His grip strength is very, very strong, okay? So just think, if our hand is strong, okay, the rest of our upper body is going to be strong as well, okay? All right. The upper back, okay? The upper back is always overlooked, okay? That is when you see individuals hunched over, okay? Because they do not exercise their upper back, okay? I have an easy, fun exercise for you. It's called the bear attack, okay? When I say, okay, we're going to spread our hands out, elbows are going to be up, and hands in front of our face, okay? 3 times on my count, you will reach forward, okay? Ready? And begin. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Okay, rest your arms. Now, when you brought your arms back, did you pinch your shoulder blades together? Good. Were your shoulders up or were they down? Want to make sure that we pinch those shoulder blades together and keep our shoulders nice and relaxed. Okay? Now, with those 2 things in mind, we're going to do it again. But this time, we're going to add the bear attack growl into it. Okay? Want to hear some noise in here? Want to hear some noise?
Argon's going to have some bear problems soon.
Yeah. Arms up, hands spread out. Remember, pinch those shoulder blades together, shoulders relaxed. I want to hear growl 3 times. Ready? And growl 1. Good. Bring it back. Growl 2. Good. Last one and growl. Good. Relax, relax. So you should feel your upper back. You should feel it maybe a little bit more, okay? And maybe it's a little bit loose, okay, up there, okay? And what we're doing is just creating mobility and strength of the upper back and shoulder girdle there, okay? So those are 2 easy exercises to work on.
Now, going into it, I feel a little bit, oh, my shoulder was a little bit tight. I had a couple pinches here when I was going through that bear attack. And that's where we come into trigger point. Now, trigger point I have up here, touch someone's life today, because that's what trigger point is. Whenever you hear about massage therapists, chiropractors talking about knots and adhesions, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about specific trigger points in the muscle that's causing an impingement in the muscle. So if I'm going through a range of motion, if I went through here and I heard clicking and I felt a little bit of a catch, that's a trigger point. So one thing that we like to talk about is how to get rid of those trigger points. And it just starts with nice, easy, nice and relaxed, soft tissue massage. Making sure that we're releasing some of those knots and those adhesions, because they can irritate those muscles. They can irritate our joints and cause bad alignment. Throughout our day, we have tightness. That's just because the muscles are getting used to being in a certain position. So we want to start stretching those muscles out. We want to start releasing those muscles. And that's where trigger point comes in. And then just another trigger point in the feet, if we especially if we are on our feet a lot and we're moving around a lot, our feet hold all of that tension in them. So taking a tennis ball and when you're at home, nice and easy, just rolling that tennis ball along the arch and then along the ball of my foot, just release some of that tension. We're on our feet. The feet are so very important. Uh-oh. So the feet are so very important. We want to make sure that we are releasing that tension, taking the tennis ball, taking a racquetball, taking a rolling pin. Just make sure we're rolling those feet out at the end of the day. And trust me, it feels a lot better to have a much better sleep. Not as much tension in the calves, not as much tension in the feet. Okay. So throughout the day, what we were talking about is the importance of our mobility and our stability. Why is mobility and stability so important? Because we are mobile creatures. We are mobile beings. We want to make sure that when we're walking, my next step isn't going to be the step that breaks that hip, that makes me fall. So doing stability work is so very important. One of the things that I like to tell people all the time when you're working on your stability is when you are brushing your teeth, because I know everybody I hope everybody brushes their teeth. When you're brushing your teeth, one easy way to start working on your stability is brush your teeth standing on one foot. It's crazy, I know. And you still have the counter there, so you can still use the counter as sort of support. Don't just start going and I'm going to do this and then all of a sudden you fall in your bathroom. I don't want that to happen. But that's just one way to increase our stability because we want a stable environment. We want a stable body. If we're going to be becoming more physically active, we have to do it in a stable environment. Okay? So moving forward, that's one tip that I have for you to increase your stability. And then with all the stuff that we've shown you today, that's going to increase your mobility because mobility is so very important. We want to be mobile. As we go throughout our lives, we want to be able to do everything that we want to do. We want to be able to get outside. As the weather starts to turn, it's the summertime, people. That weather is going to start turning, I promise you. I know it doesn't look like it today, but that weather is going to start turning, and we want to be able to get outside. We want to be able to do that kind of stuff, so we got to stay mobile. And we got to increase that mobility through these exercises. Easy ways, 1, 2, 3 steps, okay?
Okay, this last exercise, the last one we have, okay, is to help increase mobility and stability of the lower body, okay? And it's called the 4-step. It could be the 4-step, it could be the 6-step, 8-step. The main objective, okay, is to move in all directions of the plane, okay? So, for example, okay, we're going to start in tall position with knees bent, okay? Now let's just say we have tight quarters around our desk, so we can only do the 2-step. Okay, so I'm knees bent, 1, 2, okay? Then back, back, side, side, and front, front. Okay, I'm just making a box, okay? With my knees bent, I am activating my lower body, creating stability, okay? And then the movement, I am creating mobility in the lower body as well, okay? Just a simple exercise that you can do at your desk or at home, okay? All right, so we can continue to talk here for another hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, okay? Try to motivate you to get going, okay, if you aren't already, okay? But it's up to you, okay? So the thing is, make the change today, okay? Take some of our tips, okay? Start them today at your desk at around lunchtime, okay? When you get a little break. Do some of them. Do the bear attack. Have fun with it. Do the 4-step, okay? Check your posture against the wall, okay? So start making a change today. Okay, you can. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. Okay? Do we have our blowers?
We do.
Okay. I need 2 contestants. 2 contestants. 2. Okay. I'm going to have one. I'm going to have Scott. Come on up.
Where's Scott? Where's Scott? Oh, Scott.
Okay.
You can have a seat right here.
Right here, Scott. Hello, sir.
And
Hello,
then
yes.
Let's come over onto this side. This gentleman's got his head down over here. He's like, please don't pick me. And we got a gentleman who volunteered. You got lucky.
There we go, there we go.
All right, I'm gonna have you have a seat right here.
Okay, so these gentlemen, they're gonna get a blower
this.
here, okay?
Putting that right
And we're gonna work on our breathing, okay? When I say go, they're going to blow into these unused objects. You're going to try and keep the ball up as long as they possibly can. Our record from our first presentation 2 months ago is 11 seconds. 11 seconds, okay? Ready?
Control it. You want to control it.
And blow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. Excellent, excellent.
Those are
There
yours.
we go.
That's yours. Nice,
You can keep
nice
those.
job.
Work on your breathing.
Nice job.
Okay? Excellent.
job.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was great, guys.
Yeah, that was a new record by 2 seconds.
And the power of breath. So the next thing that I want to talk about, Bradley, if you hit that next slide.
Yep.
The next thing I want to talk about is just what is my next step? If you're sitting here today and saying, Pat, I've done all this, I know all about the posture, I've done my posture checks, I've done my wall checks, what is my next step? This is a great way to take that next step and say, I want to become more knowledgeable, I want to learn the techniques, I want to learn the form of exercise. We teach several different classes here. Bradley teaches Monday boot camp as well as Thursday core training. Jennifer Day teaches the beginner and intermediate classes right here. And then one of our other trainers, Kyle, teaches our strength and conditioning class. So if you're talking about today and you leave today and you're saying, I've done all this, I want to take the next step in my physical activity, this is a great next step. It's right here on campus, it's during your lunch hours, and it's an easy way to get informed, to learn the techniques, and to learn proper posture. Okay? So I want you guys to think about it. I want you to start, the message I want you to take home today is, I want to start doing all the stuff that he showed me today. I want to start doing all that stuff, and then if I'm ready, and I'm ready to take that next step, this is your next step. Okay? Get involved, ask the questions.